And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your host is Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Chris Massey.
Masters Massey.
And the Red Baron.
We're here. Welcome. Right into it. Starting lineups. Take it away, Souls.
From Stu Leonard, I am drinking their lemon iced tea.
Nice.
Yeah.
From Norwalk Farm Brewery, the last beer that I broke up from the 4-packs, I have the Birthday IPA, an 8% double IPA. Very excited for it.
That's going to be terrible.
Well, we'll see.
Probably. I am drinking a water from Sam's Club.
Sam's Club has bad water.
Yeah.
More of a Costco water guy myself.
I am drinking from the Goose Island Brewery, Big Juicy Beer Hug, a expired 9.9% Imperial IPA that I am drinking on ice because it's piss warm. So not only is it past its prime, but it's improperly chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, toast of excellence. I have a toast of disexcellence.
Ooh.
So Kyle, Kendall, Massey, feel free to weigh in. I know you're not as versed in the baseball world or focused.
Yep.
So if you heard a team had a minus 80 run differential at this point of the year, you would think,
Pretty
all
bad.
right, that's it. Well, so like the way I would interpret it would be like they're on the wrong side of the wild card race, but they're still probably within striking distance if they get hot. Because you figure minus 80 run differential, you win 10 games by 1 and lose 10 by 10. You're still 500, but your run differential's trash.
Right.
So would you guys agree with that analysis?
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm glad you guys agree with that because as of today, the White Sox have a minus 80 run differential just in the 8th inning.
Oh, my God.
That's pretty funny.
That is like an unbelievable stat.
Yep. I'll give you another one, Kendall. I'll give you another one. If you took the White Sox are on a current 20-game losing streak, if you took away their 20-game losing streak and their 14-game losing streak from earlier in the season, so just wiping those 34 games off the record, they would still be in last by 5 games.
That is insane.
They're 60 games below 500.
What is the record for losing streak, and how close are they?
It's 23. It's 23 by the Phillies, 61 Phillies. So they have a 3-game stretch against the Athletics, then an off day, and then they play the Cubs for the 24th game. So if they're going to break the record, it would be at home to the Cubs.
I feel like that's a weird, like, do you root for something like that? I don't know. That
Yes.
seems, yeah?
Yeah, I am. I'm rooting for, at this point, I'm just rooting for anything that can cause change. Anything that can create change in the organization and the way it's ran, because it's ran like dog shit.
That's fair. Man, that's minus 80 in the 8th inning. That's insane.
Pretty wild.
Yep.
I mean, that's like right up there on the reverse side of like every so often you come across like real life video game stats. That's what that sounds like.
And then my 2 toasts of excellence, or sorry, I have 2 more toasts of disexcellence. I just did a trio of toasts of disexcellences. A player this past week, I forget who, but there was a player from the 2008 Florida Gators team that was arrested and sentenced, or was arrested late last year, but was sentenced today to several years in prison.
Mhm.
And so that makes that from the 2008 Florida Gators, 41 different players have served time in prison from the roster. One in every 3 players on their entire NCAA roster served time in the Slammer.
Please make that an ESPN 30 for 30.
Yep. And the last toast of this excellence is to the fine folks at Fun Z Trampoline Park in Hamden for taking seriously into consideration the health and safety protocols of having your child jumping in a wild trampoline park with other children, not caring about what's happening. You sign waivers, you do all this stuff. And I took a picture of the sign. The first thing on the sign when you're signing your waivers is a toddler is a child who is approximately 2 to 36 months old. And then end quote, and then after it says Wikipedia.
Hilarious.
So good for you and your legal department.
I got a toast.
Okay.
So, Bobby Witt has a 25-game hitting streak right now.
25-year, wow.
Did I say year? I thought I said hit. 25-game hitting streak.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you ready? This is the impressive part. He has in 98 at-bats, he has 49 hits.
Wow.
So he's batting 500 in a 25-game hitting streak.
Guys, pretty good.
Here, let me look up some White Sox player stats over 25 games.
Comparatively.
Oh, here we go. Eloy Jimenez in 25 games hasn't played in 25 games. There you go.
He went 3 for 3 for Baltimore yesterday.
Yep, that's how things work. Tommy Pham's been hitting home runs left and right for the Cardinals.
It's gotta feel good, right?
Dylan Cease threw a no-hitter. I'm pretty sure Eric Fetty is going to win, NL Central MVP.
Yeah, much like the Buffalo Bills, this is going to be the story of White Sox having success elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Fetty was good for the White Sox.
Yeah, but he'll gain success elsewhere. Mass toast?
Still trying to find where I put mine. I put it in my notes somewhere and I can't find it. Problem with having
you have a
ADHD.
You have a very obvious toast.
Can you give my toast of excellence for me?
No.
It can be to Jose Ramirez for looking so fat and being very fast for some reason.
If it's a toast of excellence I'm thinking of, it's not time for that toast of excellence yet.
Why? All the people who would hear it, you told.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily.
Nobody is going to hear this that doesn't already know. Plus, you told Mike Mock, which means Marissa knows, which means the world knows.
That's true. That's terrifying to think about.
Your cousin that you don't even know exists in Louisiana knows because Marissa told her.
Why do I have a cousin in Louisiana?
I don't know, because you're not focused.
Why not?
No, I'm focused now.
It's on the money.
Use them to win it.
Push it.
Well, I have 2 toasts while Massey gathers himself.
Go ahead, Kimball.
The
I'm gathered.
You're gathered? Well, hey.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Figure two.
My first toast is to Mets pitcher Sean Manaea, who just earlier today defeated the St. Louis Cardinals with 10 strikeouts. His previous start also featured 10 strikeouts in a win, marking him, if I heard this correctly, the first Mets pitcher to have back-to-back victories with 10 strikeouts since Johan Santana, which is pretty remarkable considering that we had Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, and Jason Verlander at one point.
Yeah, but the thing was, DeGrom would get 10. But he really struck out 13 in that game, and then struck out 9 in the next game.
Right. It it's a talking heads thing from SNY, and
Also,
Yes.
Kendall has beef with me for some reason, guys. So we're gonna hear that.
We'll get into that a little bit after. And my second toast is, I guess someone on eBay or a site like that is selling 3 hot dog buns from the 2017 Astros World Series, and that's just hilarious. That's like my humor to
How
a
much are they
T.
selling it for?
They didn't show the price. The description was pretty funny. It says, shellacked to preserve shininess. These were taken out of the trash, so do not eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally ridiculous.
2017 World Series hot dog bun from Game 2, Houston Nationals versus Dodgers. $50.
That's what the bid is.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's what the no. That's what the buy it now is.
Oh, okay. Still though,
All right,
hilarious.
all right. Drink your beers, and waters and teas.
What I will throw out there, Frank Gore has one of my favorite stats of all time. 16 seasons.
Dick.
16 season, exactly 16,000 career rushing yards.
Sorry, I thought it was really cool, but I did that thing where I poured my beer so perfect that the head came up and mushroomed over the top of the glass, but didn't actually spill.
Yep.
But I was just watching it, being like, "Oh no!" So that is pretty cool stat.
That is like the subreddit. No. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna dive right into this before we get into any major big time discussion topics. We're going to dive right into our NFL is back officially. Shot or no shot? 5 questions, shot or no shot?
All right.
All right. And Massey?
Yes, I understand. It's so
no,
stupid,
listen. No, you don't know what I'm saying. You know, Mass, you're such a negative little Nancy poop. You didn't even know what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
No. You're,
okay.
You're just a butt munch meanie.
All right, proceed.
So I have 5 NFL-related questions for you based on current happenings. Some important, some not. First one being, according to reports today, Zadarius Smith from the Cleveland Browns was unable to get off the turf under his own strength and was forced to be carted off the field in what appeared to be a non-contact knee injury. If Zadarius Smith did in fact tear something that would require him to miss the season, shot or no shot, the Cleveland Browns will finish 4th in the AFC North.
Yeah, I think they finished 4th anyways.
Now, Massey, would you like to know what I was going to say?
Sure.
I was going to say that I will allow you moving forward to interpret the shot or no shot how you want to.
Thank you.
I understand your hatred for it, but it comes from a segment where the whole point is that they say constantly on the air, when they say something, they go, no, that's, or no shot, or that's a shot. So they refer to it as like, that's true, or no shot. That there's no way that's going to happen. So that's why I always said it's more like, will it or will it not?
I'll play.
Like if you had to pick yes or no, but you can interpret it as however you'd like. I liked the whole idea of yes or no because of course everything has a chance.
Yeah. I'll play your style. I will say shot.
I say no shot. Just because, yeah, I mean, still a good player, but I think more or less just like a cog in the machine. Anyway, I think his impact for the Browns is not as there's not much of a footprint as we think. I think he's just a number 11 on the roster.
All right. Okay, on to a more fun one. The NFL Top 100 list recently concluded itself. We're going to do a 2-for-1 shot or no shot on this one.
I hope this is what I think it is.
Shot A, shot B. It's not Tyreek Hill.
Not what I was hoping.
Okay, a shot A, shot B. Okay, so first one, shot or no shot, or sorry. While we know that the NFL Top 100 player list is player voted and not voted on by coaches, analytics, or reporters or anything like that, while it is voted by the players, shot or no shot, Travis Kelce being ranked 9th overall shows this is a popularity contest and not a serious list.
I think shot. I sort of just feel that way anyway, and I think we saw last year sort of a slight regression. Call it what you will, guys.
It was his worst. It was his worst season since his rookie year.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's seldom times where older guys, bounce back incredibly to like how they did playing 6 years ago. I think for sure it's knowing that it's player voted, it's popularity. I think he's a somewhat likable guy, and that's how that goes.
We'll also say shot.
Okay. Do you care to give any reason? You don't have to.
Kendall just said it all, so.
All right.
You're rehashing it.
No shot, because he's still the best player in that position. I mean, that's something to take credit for.
I disagree. I do not think he's the best tight end in the league anymore.
Paul, I'm trying to just have a conversation to change it up.
I'm conversing with you by disagreeing with you.
I don't like that you're disagreeing with me. You need to just say, I agree.
Oh, I get you. So you're trying to create a conversation, but you don't want to create too much of a conversation.
Exactly.
No, he's trying to create a conversation. He doesn't want to create a discussion.
I agree with you guys. I'm just trying to be different.
It's walking a fine line there, souls.
Yeah.
Fine. Shot.
He's not the 9th best player in the NFL.
I mean, I'm fine. Here's the thing. I'm fine with the players voting things like, because the other thing too is like the thing is like with this list is like it was kind of, to me, it was always under the assumption that this list was more or less based off of like what they did last year.
They also vote for it in like October or November.
No, that's fine, but I'm saying like to me it's more based off of like what the players are doing when they're voting last year versus like their careers. Because here's the thing: if this list was serious, Patrick Mahomes is just one.
Yeah,
and honestly, because it's a joke that Lamar Jackson was voted ahead of Patrick Mahomes, but to me, it's a joke that half of the guys that are in the top 10 are even in the top 10. I think that they're better overall football players when you take into consideration how good they are at their position compared to how good others are. But the way that today's NFL works, like, nobody matters except for quarterbacks. 15 years ago, we cared and talked a lot about what linebackers were doing and edge rushers and what offensive linemen and tight ends. Now it's just quarterbacks. Quarterback is what's important. So the fact that, like, it's not fucking all these, like, that blows my mind. So, anyway, we'll move on to the part 2 of this number 2, shot or no shot, NFL 100 related. Over the weekend, there was some negative media from Jalen Johnson voicing his opinion about how he feels snubbed, that he doesn't understand how making the Pro Bowl and an All-Pro and being number 1 rated in Pro Football Focus rankings doesn't earn you a spot in the top 100 list. And then he finished his argument by quoting, "I don't understand how I'm not top 100 when Aaron Rodgers didn't play a snap of football and he's in the top 100." So, shot or no shot, if Jalen Johnson played on an above 500 football team, he would have been in the list.
Shot.
I'm going to go no shot.
And my reasoning is because, kind of what you said earlier, nobody really gives a fuck about the cornerback position anymore.
But, so, Massey, you know his name. What's the name of the star corner from the Seattle Seahawks?
Quandre Diggs?
Nope, the other one.
Tariq Woolen.
The W?
Tariq Woolen.
So Tariq Woolen was in like the 70s. He made it over Jalen Johnson. He had a shit year last year in terms of being a top corner. So I understand what you're saying. Nobody cares about the corners, but if you're gonna put Tyreek Hill over Patrick Mahomes based on what Tyreek Hill did last year, Jalen Johnson had a better year than Sauce Gardner.
I agree.
So I understand. I understand you don't care about the cornerback arguments, but I mean, a corner like whatever his fucking name was, Sean Wooten from the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, he had an abysmal year compared to Jalen Johnson and made it. I think you swap those two players, I think Jalen Johnson's not only on it, I think he's in the top 50.
DK Metcalf had like 35 things to vote with. God damn it. It was going to be funny, and I fucked it up.
Try it again. Go again.
That's a shot.
I'm not doing it again.
I say
on to
shot.
the next one.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kendall. I thought you already went. Sorry.
No, good. I say shot. And just remind me, you said Aaron Rodgers made the list?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say
It is
shot.
dumb.
Yeah, and especially the guy played, 4 snaps of football the entire year?
Yeah.
Yeah, shot.
All right. On to number 3, shot or no shot. The current news out of because I listen to it a lot, but also because of the premiere of Hard Knocks coming up on this coming Tuesday, August 6th, there's a lot of media attention around the Chicago Bears training camp. The current report as of today, Monday, August 5th, is that 3 of the 5 potential starting offensive linemen for the Chicago Bears are already injured. Undisclosed if they will be missing the whole week or if they'll be playing in the game against the Bills, the preseason game, or whatnot. But there's a lot of NFL speculation, or a lot of NFL media speculation, that if the 3 of them are not prepared to go, that the Chicago Bears need to bench Caleb Williams for that game because it's not worth letting him get hurt with your second and third string offensive linemen missing an assignment while somebody from the Buffalo Bills that's not going to make the team is trying to show up and sacking Caleb Williams. Shot or no shot, if the Bears cannot put out a healthy projected starting lineup at offensive line, Caleb Williams should not play week 2 of preseason.
No shot. I think he should be playing.
No, I don't think you risk him injury.
Damn, that's a really good question.
I say they play him because all these other teams are playing their backups. So it's not like their offensive line's facing, the first stringers. It's week 1 of preseason. Half of the starters are playing.
But that's the argument, Kyle. The argument is
I get the argument.
The Bills are not. Well, no, you don't, because you just said the complete opposite of the argument.
I think he should play because he needs the reps.
I understand that, but the argument is right. But the argument is that you're going to have somebody playing left tackle for the Chicago Bears who's at best going to be a second string offensive lineman going up against an edge rusher for the Buffalo Bills who's doing everything he can to make the team. Is it worth having your future potentially destroyed?
I think he needs to get out there.
So the counter argument I have to that, Kyle, is that if the Buffalo Bills aren't throwing anybody out there that's going to even start, what does Caleb Williams need to be out there for? Like, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of his reps if he's not playing against true competition?
To get their fucking chemistry together.
But they're going to be able to do that in week 3 against the Bengals when they have teamed practice and then play the Bengals. I'm just creating a conversation, Kyle. Don't worry, it's not a discussion.
He's a rookie. He's not this fucking.
Kyle, you're getting mad for no reason, Kyle. Kyle, you got to tone down being mad, dude. I'm just trying to talk to you.
I understand it's Caleb Williams and everything, but he's still just a rookie. He needs the reps. I'm sorry. He's not this fucking Tom Brady type player that everybody thinks he is already.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with no shot. I think he's gotta play just a little bit regardless. I guess I'm of the opinion that anybody could get hurt at any time doing anything. So I mean, it is a good point, especially like you consider in a lot of ways it's a meaningless game, and especially you run the extra risk just because of semantics. But I don't know. I guess I'm sort of with Kyle. I think he needs some NFL type experience.
So my question to you, Kendall, is my counter question is something I had said to Kyle before he started yelling at me.
Oh, I'm gearing up.
Is he, if what you guys are saying is in fact true, which we don't know exactly what the game plan is, but if they're not going up against any of the Bills starter, is he getting NFL experience by going up against a squad that's made up half of guys that won't even be on the team? Is what he's getting valuable in comparison to the risk? Is the value he's getting going up against third string and practice squad level players worth it? Worth the risk of him missing the entire season because a potential future free agent left tackle is just filling in due to some injury in the preseason, blows an assignment? I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
I know.
you're wrong. I'm asking.
And I definitely see that side of the argument, and I guess my only counter would be, if it means anything, is that it's a chance to just play football that he hasn't for a couple months. And like he's a pro. I mean, he's been playing football a long time at multiple levels. I just think it's important for him to even have just some game speed, even if it's the equivalent of playing college type ball again.
And Massey, what did you say? You said no shot, right? You
No
shouldn't
shot.
play.
Nope.
Do you want to back it up at all, or do you feel like I made your point?
There is no discernible, quantifiable evidence that shows that playing in the preseason prepares you for the NFL season. In fact, that's actually been more disproven in the last 10 years. And studies show that it really doesn't do anything to help prepare you. Whatever happens is going to happen regardless.
All right, so I'll get to the next one just for time's sake. I don't usually chime in, but I'll chime in. I also say no shot, and the reason I say no shot is because the Bears had the extra preseason game. So by him missing this game, he still has 2 with the extra 2 weeks of training camp under his belt. And I understand training camp doesn't translate to actual game time. I get that. And I totally get all the people that, are saying in the world the Tom Brady quote, which was, "Oh, I like playing preseason because I like getting hit. Once my body gets hit, I feel acclimated." That doesn't apply to Caleb Williams because, one, as far as I'm concerned, Caleb Williams is he's no better than Tyson Bagent or Brett Ripien. The ceiling is exclusively higher, of course, but where he's at right now, he's proven less in the NFL than Tyson Bagent has. The NFL is, what have you done for me lately? He's done nothing. So I say no shot because he still has 2 preseason games to go, where if these guys can't go and these injuries prove to be a bigger problem that might cause them to miss time trickling into the regular season, it gives them time to get who's now going to be the first stringers up to speed on the same cadence, and they also have the ability, along with the extra 2 weeks in the extra game, to have padded practice with the Cincinnati Bengals next week. So I would say no shot. So that's all that I got to say about that. Okay. All right, there's a lot of hype coming into the NFL season around quite a few teams that were disappointing, to say the least, last year, or teams that are potentially disappointing coming up this year. There's teams like the Cincinnati Bengals. There's teams like the New York Jets. But we're going to focus more so on the New York Jets. The New York Jets are going to be getting back Aaron Rodgers. They do have some inner working controversy with some players. And then you have the Buffalo Bills in division that traded away their star wide receiver and seem to be fielding a weapons unit for Josh Allen, whose two best pass catchers are going to be two tight ends. Mixing into the fact that you have the Miami Dolphins, who have Tua Tagovailoa, Jesus Christ, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, what seems to be a plug and play in the running back situation that anybody can work in. Jalen Ramsey, other stars on the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of hype around Josh Allen being this kind of unspoken god of football for reasons I don't quite understand, as well as Aaron Rodgers having a fully healthy season with this offensive and defensive juggernaut of talent the New York Jets have. But until you prove it, nothing's set in stone. Shot or no shot, the New York Jets and Buffalo Bills will miss the postseason this season.
No shot.
I say no shot.
Okay.
My reasoning is because Dolphins still got to prove to me that they can win footballs in December. The Patriots suck, so I think either the Bills or Jets will win the division this year.
I will say shot. I think that there will be a regression in Buffalo a little bit. I think they're going to contend in games. I think they're still going to dominate lesser opponents, but I think the Dolphins they're right there. It's a team that there is a lot of offensive explosion, and we saw in a few games they could put up a lot of points in a hurry. And I don't know. I'm kind of the opinion that like Aaron Rodgers might just be an injury ticking time bomb now. It just takes one thing, and it's unfortunate that it happened at like however is he 40, however old he is, like he can do all these off season things. He's got these doctors and his just training regimen, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I think that's one rough hit away again from having a very similar New York Jets season to last.
Yeah, but the thing with the Jets though, they actually went out and signed a decent fucking backup quarterback, so I think they can compete without Rodgers.
So what I had written down was, this isn't my belief of how it will play out, but this is what I had written down as in case anyone had asked. The argument for them not making the playoffs 90% of the time would always be combated with the question, well, who's going to make it in their place? So obviously the Dolphins are winning the division. I'm not going to have the Patriots winning it in this scenario. So I have the Dolphins winning the division. I had either the Bengals or the Ravens winning the division, the other one making the playoffs, so that's 3. I had the Chiefs winning the division, and then I had the Texans winning the division. And then I also put in from like a dark horse candidacy / also kind of like in the same realm as the Jets, like need to prove it, a lot of talent on the team. I think the Colts will make noise. I think the Raiders can make noise. And then I also think that you have to factor in the other 2 AFC North teams. So to me, I think the Dolphins kind of fit into the same category where I think it's a very real possibility. The only route to the playoffs from the AFC East is winning your division.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think there's a lot of potential in the Las Vegas Raiders team, especially given with the strength of schedule they have to play. They like that the team responds to the head coach. I think the head coach makes good decisions. They went out and got a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball to go alongside Devontae Adams. They don't have a complete ineptitude in the quarterback room. And they have some really good players on defense. The Broncos are going to have a down year. The Chargers are going to have a down year. Especially if the other shot or no shot comes true.
But also, you could think about it like this. The Bills could also benefit from not having Stephon Diggs.
They could benefit.
It could make Josh Allen better.
It could make him better because he's going to have more people to pass to. But I also think that one thing the Bills don't have on their side is that they're going to have to play a first place schedule with, in my opinion, a downgraded offense and defense from last year.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, I think we could see Josh Allen play up, but the team play down.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's fine. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a Josh Allen hater. I think what he does is really good. I just think that I think that the pedestal that people put Josh Allen on, to me, it doesn't really make sense because I don't really see the difference between him and like Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott's that guy everyone is fine with shitting on. Everybody's fine with putting Dak Prescott as like, yeah, he's like the 8th or 9th best quarterback in the league. He's not a top 5 quarterback because he doesn't win. What does Josh Allen win?
Yeah.
I mean, what does Josh Allen win? I mean, Josh Allen's claim to fame at this point in time in his career, Josh Allen's claim to fame is not having a chance to play in overtime. That, as of right now, that's his legacy. That the overtime rules were changed because Josh Allen didn't get a chance to play football. That's real. I mean, really, if you break it down, that's his most impactful thing. Because other than that, what has he done? I'm not saying Dak's done it, but Dak puts up a ton of numbers too. Dak throws for 4,000 plus yards and 30 touchdowns. It's just kind of, it's the same thing like Justin Herbert. Same thing. Justin Herbert's thrown for 4,700 and 5,000 yards, which Josh Allen has not thrown for either of those yards in his career. I've never understood why people are so quick to be like, it's Patrick Mahomes 1, but then 2's kind of a question mark because it could be so, and Josh Allen. In my mind, no. In my mind, Josh Allen's 5th at best. I think that in terms of quarterback play, I would put Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson, and there was one other guy I was thinking about this in the car earlier today. Oh, and Herbert. I would put Herbert above him. I would put the 4 of them above Josh Allen. Like, no questions asked. I wouldn't have to think about it. I would pick all 4 of them before I would pick Josh Allen. But I would also think about Dak Prescott. I would think about C.J. Stroud. I would think about what was the other one?
Anthony Richardson?
No, because Anthony Richardson has to still prove it. He'd only played fucking... He was here for a cup of coffee his rookie year.
Yeah, that's right.
Justin Fields.
No, we hate him now, Kyle. We hate him now.
You don't hate him.
I do. I'm all about Caleb Williams, baby. Samantha's picking out my nail polish for week 1, baby.
That would be a really funny thing to do.
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a cool birthday present to Amelia. She's like, "Hey, you want to paint my nails for me?"
I like that.
All right. Last shot or no shot before we get into Kyle's thing. Shot or no shot on the final one. I gotta look up the guy's name. Sorry. Hold on.
All right. Steve Buscemi will have less throwing touchdowns.
Okay. All right. So, given the current controversy around Michigan football with the alleged or with the proven 53 deleted text messages and the new head coach being put in trouble at Michigan for all of this scandal of sign stealing, obviously the NFL world and the football world knows that Jim Harbaugh is no longer associated with Michigan football. He is the LA Chargers head coach. However, the bus that is the Michigan disciplinary action train, whatever you want to call it, is on. The track that train is on is not stopping right now. There's still more to be hashed out. The NFL has the luxury of being the only sport of the 4 major sports in America to have a completely free farm system that costs the NFL nothing. The NFL is required to contribute no money to the farm system that is collegiate football. The G League, AA, AAA, minor league, all that crap, and the AHL are all in some way or another contributed to by their parent sport contractually. The NFL is not contractually obligated to commit anything to the NCAA. It is a free farm system.
Mm-hmm.
Due to this, as well as a sign of good faith to other head coaches, or to from a disciplinary action to other head coaches and organizations in the NFL, if the NCAA decides to step in and implement a ban on Jim Harbaugh or otherwise some form of suspension if he were to ever return, shot or no shot, the NFL will revisit the Jim Tressel case from 2011 and make Jim Harbaugh serve that suspension as a head coach in the NFL.
No shot.
No shot.
The Jim Harbaugh storyline was one of the NFL's biggest talking points this offseason. No shot that they bench him.
But one could argue that it makes it an even bigger talking point if they do bench him.
He's supposed to be a draw for them. No way they put that aside.
No one's hold on, let's be real. In what way are you using the word draw? Because if you're going to sit here and argue to me someone's buying a ticket to go to a Chargers game to see Jim Harbaugh, you are wrong.
He's a draw in that he's supposed to be this promised child coming to make the Chargers an actual competitive organization. So yes, I would say that they're coming to buy tickets because of that.
No one's buying tickets to come see Jim Harbaugh.
I didn't say they were coming to see Jim Harbaugh. I said they're coming to see the product that he's about to put on the field.
I'm going to disagree. Jim Tressel, who was a Buckeyes coach, was downgraded to a replay game consultant in 2011 with the Indianapolis Colts and wasn't able to start his head coaching career until week 7 of the NFL season due to a improper benefits allegation from the NCAA where he would have been suspended from if he had stayed. And the Colts and the NFL decided to uphold that suspension and transition it to the NFL with the contract negotiated basically between the two, that if Jim Tressel were to ever lose his job and wanted to go back to coaching, he would not have to serve that suspension.
I feel like they already did they already had him do their shit.
What do you mean?
They already had Harbaugh do a suspension and shit. So
No, they did not. No, they did not. That is false. That's false. That is fake news.
Okay.
The NCAA did not suspend Jim Harbaugh. The Big Ten suspended him for 3 games, and Michigan suspended him for 3 games. The NCAA did not get involved at all with the sign stealing scandal. They had nothing to do with it at all. The Big Ten made the decision to suspend him for 3 games, which the Big Ten and the SEC are basically just their own entity leagues of themselves anyway. The Big Ten suspended him with no jurisdiction of the NCAA at all, and then Michigan, as its own entity of a franchise, decided to suspend him for 3 games. The NCAA implemented no punishment or suspension for Jim Harbaugh or anybody on Michigan last season at all. All those suspensions were done outside of NCAA guidelines.
And I don't think they would suspend him because they didn't do it the first time.
But the NCAA is already they're suspending people now. The NCAA came out last season while all of this was happening, and they were legally not allowed to pursue an investigation with Jim Harbaugh and the team because the team and Jim Harbaugh had legal representation, and it had to go through due diligence of the court system. They were not allowed to do anything. The suspensions that they were handed out, that Jim Harbaugh was handed out, was by the Big Ten and by Michigan, not by NCAA. NCAA is now handling it now, including the investigation of potentially removing their banner from the stadium for their championship last year.
Well, that's just them being stupid.
Why is it them being stupid? They've done it before. They've done it a million times.
Every time they do it, they fuck up. I don't know, NCAA is a joke anyways. So.
I'm gonna say no shot only for one reason, because I just think that there will have more fallout even beyond this. I think more stuff will come out of the woodwork from the NCAA and other happenings like that. I'm just gonna cite the Pete Carroll example from years and years ago. You know, when Reggie Bush and all that, and then he made a bailout to go to Seattle to kind of separate himself from that situation. I just feel like there's tons of stories that we probably don't even know about will kind of find their way to the forefront if the Harbaugh thing ends up happening in the NFL. So I just think that the NFL is going to try to contain whatever they can to prevent more things from occurring. Because I just feel like the world we live in now is situations are explosive. You know, people try to just jump on the train any way they can. Is my thought.
All right, that's it. Shot no shots done.
Nice. All right. Real quick, I just wanted to bring this up quickly. All right.
Hold on. Before you do, real quick, can I fling at me a whole bunch during this whole segment, just trying to create some good content? Can you put that to the side for a second?
I didn't. You know,
Bianca was texting me smiley face and laughy faces today. She's having a good day. For those rankings,
yeah.
do you need specific brands, or am I just? Well, I have to redo my list. So go ahead.
All right. Well, I'll buy you a little bit of being Sunday. Kyle, called me to ask me a question about the Mets. Now,
Yesterday was Sunday. That's all I'm doing.
What's that?
Did I lose everybody, or did we just lose Kendall?
No, do you guys hear me?
I hear you now.
Yesterday was Sunday.
Yep, over the weekend, Sunday. We record on Monday. Kyle called me because I was doing things. We were about to get Charlotte ready for a bath, so he proceeds to tell me that I'm a bad fan. Just because I didn't happen to have the game on. In general, the Mets are on a West Coast trip. A lot of those games are late. Sunday it wasn't, but the games are late, so we go back and forth. We hang up. I end up caving. I had like lunches to prepare and whatnot. I held off in the bath. The Mets were losing at the time. I put the game on. Pete Alonso gets to third, and then eventually there was like one out, and then I can't even remember, somebody hit into a double play. And went into the ninth inning, the Mets, went on to lose that game versus the Angels. I was more pissed off that I turned that on, saw what I was doing, watching that, than I would have been if I just kept on peeking at the game cast and, and then looking at it a little bit later and seeing that, the Mets lost, darn, go on. That basically, that conversation with Kyle, forcing my hand to watch the game, ruined the rest of my Sunday night. So
I didn't do anything.
It would have, yes, because you, just because you watch more games than I do,
I was just fucking with you.
Had the nerve to call me a bad fan.
I was just fucking with you.
I don't care. That it almost was my toast of disexcellence. I was stewing throughout the most of the day that I was going to make my entire toast of excellence about you. Fortunately, better things happened. But I'm just saying that, I would sort of like take this situation and sort of pose it to the room. Do you feel differently if, you're just kind of, and then football, baseball, basketball, whatever, you kind of just keeping tabs on your phone if you're doing something and you see the result as a loss? Does it impact you differently than if you're watching it live and seeing it happen?
I'm pissed no matter what.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it impacts me any differently.
See, that's interesting because I don't know. I
mean, the only thing I could say that would alter my opinion would just be that, like, if I'm watching it and it's baseball, for example, or I'll go NHL because we don't this will be our NHL talk for the month. Like NHL, like if I'm just watching the game cast and I just see that like, the fucking Islanders are scoring and the Blackhawks aren't, like I get pissed and I'm like, what the fuck? Like if I'm watching the game and I'm watching that like the Blackhawks can't establish any like actual time in the offensive zone and they're not getting any quality shots on net. Like I guess I'm getting more agitated because I'm watching, like I'm seeing them lose and then the frustration of them executing poorly versus like if I watch the MLB stream and I just see that like the White Sox are losing and players are flying out and whatever, and then versus watching it and it's like, oh, Andrew Vaughn didn't fly out. He swung at a pitch 3 inches outside the zone and flew out. Like, I guess I get more frustrated, but I'm still just frustrated. Like, I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for.
No, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It was just more, I'm getting, because I know for myself, when I'm kind of watching the game cast and I'm keeping just different attention, I am less annoyed by outcomes than if I'm watching, it live on TV and seeing things happen. Everything that you're saying, Paul, and actually like seeing.
Kendall,
what's that?
I agree with you.
And I guess too, like, and it was situational, like because I didn't have the game and I knew the Mets were already losing going into the 8th inning. I turned it on. Something happened. We get a runner at third in scoring position to tie the game with 1 out, and then to see the double play to end the inning, and it's like like thank God I freaking put this on. I like stop what I'm doing to that's all. And yes, I know Kyle is just fucking with me. It's no secret he watches more games and whatnot, and call him a bad fan. It's we're having fun or whatever, but God, he got me, and it made me mad. And,
but what if they hit a walk-off 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth? You'd be thanking me.
I wouldn't. You know why? Because you're a son of a bitch. That's why.
Hey, if you guys haven't watched any of these yet, you guys should go look at the new current trend going on, which is the. Sadly, I was not picked to represent the U.S. in the Olympics this year, and it's just people just doing like fails at Olympic events.
That's
pretty
awesome.
Fun. I wouldn't use the word awesome, but all right.
Well, it's just funny. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's it, folks.
All right. If you haven't drowned yourself in your toilet, feel free to do it now.
All right, Kyle, take us away.
I guess we could do some baseball talk.
I mean, you said you wanted to talk about the MLB trade stuff the week after it happened.
Yeah,
that would be this week.
So the trade deadline just passed, and then
Yep. I'd like to say you're welcome, Massey.
I'll see you guys later.
Why are you saying I'll see you later? I'm saying thank you to you.
Why are you saying?
I'm saying you're welcome. I mean, I'm saying you're welcome.
What is that?
Because I gave you 2 MLB ready players that will make a difference on your attempt at making the playoffs this year for basically hot garbage.
Oh, thank you.
I gave you Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham, and all I got back in return was injured prospects. I got prospects that can't play for 2 years.
You're welcome.
No, I'm not saying thank you. I'm saying you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Mass, I liked you a lot better when you pretended to care about me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go back to it.
No, I don't. Now I know it's pretend because you just admitted it. Welcome to the Kendall Club, pretending to care about your friends.
all right.
Nice.
Been here all along.
There was some surprises, and actually, there was a lot of fucking surprises.
Oh, wait, can I say one more thing, Kyle? Kyle, can I say one more thing? Have you guys seen any of those pictures of the controversy of the the female with like the weird. The female. With, I know you know what I'm talking about, but somebody to say for the people who don't. The female with the weird genetic trait that like makes her more like masculine. That beat the Italian girl in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
I'm sort of
Have
familiar
you,
by it.
Kendall?
No, I did not see it.
I advise you to go look it up because my first question to you is, who the fuck let Colin Kaepernick box? He's a ram. He's a ram. He's a ram.
You know, Paul.
Massey, that was an all-time great joke, and you know it.
It's almost worth revisiting in full.
Yeah.
You know, Kendall.
I mean, Paul had lyrics and everything.
Hey, Mass, I want you to know that I love you way more than I love Mock, Kendall, or Kyle, according to something I did 7.5 hours ago.
What was that?
I have this thing with one of my restaurants where we place bets at the beginning of the season. We always do it right before week 1 of preseason on who we think the division winners are, and we put down $250 winner take all on most points scored and against the odds, and I picked the Rams to win the NFC West.
Oh, look at you! I love you too, bud.
I did not pick the Steelers to win or the Giants.
No, that's all right.
Look,
I like that there's just a massive.
I'm not saying the Steelers aren't going to make the playoffs, but they're not doing it via first place in their division.
Hey, where is Raw tonight?
Baltimore.
It's in my bedroom.
There's just a big one-piece flag in the crowd, and I'm loving it.
It's in my bedroom. Liv Morgan's here.
Actually, kind of jealous about that.
Liv Morgan's like the best.
If you guys were wondering, Bobby Wood Jr. has an RBI single tonight.
If you're wondering, Liv Morgan is the best.
Top notch.
Yeah.
She might be my favorite all time.
Wow, high praise.
She might have dethroned Lita.
Beautiful.
Kyle, you couldn't take Rhea Ripley because she would make you cry.
That's fine.
All right, that's fair. All right, Kyle, go ahead. Trade deadline. What was notable? What was important? What should we focus on the last 60 days of the MLB season? What's important?
So, well, one, a big kick in the balls was that the Braves acquired Jorge Soler back.
Okay.
That scares me as a Phillies fan because that means the Braves are going to win the World Series.
That seems a little more personal.
Yeah, no, I just had to bring it up, though.
He's right, though.
A big part of the trade on the line was Tampa Bay just fucking cleaning house. They got rid of all their talent and they're like are restarting it again. And it doesn't really make too much sense to me, but Randy Rosarena to go to Seattle is pretty enticing when they get Julio back.
I mean, guy, would you gather to guess that you think that Tampa is not, by making these moves, they're not too far away from like having another influx of young pitching and whatnot? That's why they felt like they could do this type of thing.
I feel like they did it. I mean, obviously they have a reason for it. A big reason, probably the money of it, but
don't in general they kind of have a low payroll, all things considered.
yeah, the thing that's saving their ass is they have one of the best coaches in baseball.
I disagree.
Right, one of the best coaches in baseball.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
Well, I already disagreed, so we're not agreeing. Hey, can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yes.
Only I can ask them too.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was just looking at some highlights from SummerSlam. Do you think? I mean, I know Mox already said this in the Discord, but he's not part of the podcast anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Do you think anybody on the planet has had a better job than Dominic Mysterio over the past month?
Nope. Nope.
I mean, the guy just shows up to work, kisses Liv Morgan, kisses Rhea Ripley, and then goes.
Right. Maybe participates in a match, not in full.
Hey, can I ask a question too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kendall, what the fuck am I watching happen?
So, is it the thing where the Alexa Bliss sucks?
No.
Oh.
So they were doing a segment where they were kind of Seth Rollins comes out, with CM Punk and out of nowhere this guy Bronson Reed is interfering and just continuously frog splashing Seth Rollins. I don't know what the angle is here, but
continuing frog splashing him for the 6th time while he's surrounded by about 20 personnel.
In classic wrestling fashion, so the locker room clears with referees and guys in suits. They're able to kind of get him under control. He breaks free. He jumps up, but to Massey's point, it's happened 5 times. To the point of being ridiculous.
Go back for another one.
All right, they got him out of the ring. And actually, I think we got some real blood from Seth Rollins, which is interesting.
No.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
I feel bad. We kind of hijacked Kyle's segment.
We did, but I needed to talk about this because this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It's wrestling at its finest. I mean, some people if you put this on for the first time, you've never watched anything before, you would say that it's so dumb for this reason. But it's just I don't know. It's just part of it. I don't know. There's always been stuff like this. They use it for story building, I guess.
Would have been funny if he did it 2 more times, but 5 more times.
But I mean, at the same time, people who are longtime fans, there's something humorous about it.
I guess.
One of my favorite things, and Paul could speak on this too. It's just one of my favorite things is when they'll have something, happen. Then the entire locker room that's being featured on the show runs out. They're all in their gear still, and they kind of they get the 2 parties separated. And then one guy breaks free from 13 people. 13 people couldn't hold this guy back to go jump over and continue attacking the other person. It's just it's almost physically impossible. But hey, it's television.
Yeah.
It's wrestling. Kyle, you back? He's not coming back.
Just wild to watch. And then CM Punk ran off somewhere. I don't even know where he went.
Yeah, so I mean, they're building some type of story.
Massey, you're gonna want to look up CM Punk's wife.
I'll just say.
CM Punk, humongous Chicago Blackhawks fan.
Big time, yeah.
Didn't know that, yes.
From the city.
Does he tout himself as a Bears fan as well?
Yes.
So I feel I definitely hear more about the Blackhawks from him. And then does he have an allegiance to Cubs versus White Sox, or?
I actually don't know. I do know that he is, or that Ashton Kutcher and Mia Kunis, though, and Summer Rae. Remember Summer Rae?
Yeah.
She's a Bears fan.
I forgot about her.
So, put that, smoke it.
Just makes things so much better knowing, she's a fan.
Yep. Now I'm just showing on Maple Street.
Do you need Kyle for the ranking?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I imagine he'll be back. I mean,
so because the question I have is so. Here's the thing: there's a certain thing in this category that I dislike a lot, and if he wants me to pick specific brands, because this is always based off my opinion, Like, it's going to be the same thing, just with 10 different brands. It's not going to be very interesting.
I gotcha.
If you want just specific flavors, it'll be more interesting.
What are we talking about?
I have a Riddler's ranking.
Oh boy.
Well, here, real quick, just because we're sort of on topic until Kyle comes back. Paul, and Massey, please weigh in. I know you're somewhat getting into it or back into it, or whatever you want to call it, but kind of like a wrestling question as a viewer. For pay-per-views, premium live events, whatever they're calling it these days, would you feel better if they did longer matches with less title defenses, or they ran the show kind of how they do, but had all the titles defended every pay-per-view, with perhaps, if they were working on like an interesting story with no title, have that featured in a pay-per-view? What's kind of like your feeling on it?
Storyline over everything.
Yeah.
If the story is good, I don't care what the stake of the match is, because the story shows the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like that ridiculous ladder match for the custody of Dominic Mysterio between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Like, that was such an absurd story, but it was so absurd with characters that you liked that you actually cared about the outcome, and the outcome was not title related.
Yeah. And I think, like, notably too, I think that was like a pretty well put together, just match, because those are two greats.
Right.
But like, it's so interesting to me, and the WWE is no like stranger to let's make everything an event. They went on, like, the broadcast went live at 4 p.m. The show itself didn't start until 7. So there's 3 hours of just nonsense, just talking for the sake of talking, like re-showing video packages that they're going to show during the pay-per-view anyway. It's such a waste. It's like, if you're going to devote that time, why not just put it, out and produce something meaningful? Like, add 2 more matches. Like, SummerSlam had seven matches, I'm pretty sure, all of which were title defenses, with the exception of, I don't think either the women's nor males tag teams were defended. I'm pretty sure. So it's like, at that point, if you're going to go through all this trouble, why not just defend all the belts? Otherwise, what's the additional 3 hours for? Rebecca put it on, like, and because, she's super obsessive, and I was, doing other stuff, like paying some attention here and there, but it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, and I can't get it through to her, like, listen, you're wasting your time. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. Like, this is not meaningful to anybody.
Right. No, I agree.
And it's like, not that the product isn't bad. It's just like, I don't know. It just could be better.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And I don't know. I mean, I watched in full. I don't know if you guys had the chance to. I know, Mass, I think you saw some of it. It was okay.
I don't watch wrestling anymore.
It's one of those things, is like, and I think I said it in the group chat, like, because I super, like, hyped myself up on what WrestleMania was. I consider, like, SummerSlam to be, like, the second best paper. That's not true.
Not Royal Rumble.
I was gonna say that I'm saying the wrong thing. Royal Rumble is like the 1A 1B with WrestleMania. But I guess what I mean is, like, the way they market SummerSlam is to be, okay, this is the second biggest. It's just the way they describe it as. It's like, oh, it's the WrestleMania of summertime, and it certainly wasn't. That's all I'm kind of getting at. Oh man, Kyle's missing out big time. If he was watching Raw, I'm pretty sure the New Day right now are coming out. Yes, they are. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gear. This is incredible.
Is Big E part of it?
No. Unless he comes back now.
He's just done forever.
I think he's done, yeah. Oh, man. Kyle's missing out. This is like the greatest. This is everything he wants.
This is pretty good.
That's too funny. All right. Anyway, enough about wrestling.
Wrestling. It's like you're wrestling. Hey,
Right.
Kyle,
You back?
Nope.
I
Hey,
got
Matt.
this.
Matt,
What's up? What's up?
I'm sending you something on the Instagram, and I want to know which one of those is you.
Ooh, all right. I like this.
Yep. It's just a bunch of naked pictures of your dick. Oh man, Matt, I'm gonna send you this thing as well. This is nightmare sauce.
Paul, which one of these do you think is me?
I personally think you're the crisscrosser.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah, I think that's most people.
I hate whatever this is.
That's not terrible.
I hate whatever this is.
Dude, look at Miltank.
I hate whatever this is.
Oh my goodness.
I don't hate that Cinderace Metagross crossover though. That actually looks kind of cool.
You're kind of cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're a great guy.
Yep. Kyle,
Yeah.
you just
Hey,
missed
Kyle,
it.
did you see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff?
What's that?
No.
Did you see the TMNT stuff, Kyle?
No.
The
Same.
New Day came out dressed up as Ninja Turtles.
I'll watch it on YouTube later.
Darn, not the reaction I wanted.
Yeah. Kyle doesn't really care about us anymore. All right, Kyle, back to MLB trade stuff. Okay.
I'm looking up some important shit.
Okay, while you're looking that up, I have a question for you again about the Riddler's ranking.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want brand specific? Because there's a certain flavor that's basically going to dominate the top 10 if I have to go brand by brand.
That's fine.
It's going to be kind of boring,
Do a variety.
but like it's just going to be the same flavor but across multiple brands. Because it's the worst flavor of all time.
Fine. You can only use it twice.
I can only use it what?
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So we talk about Randy Rosa right now.
Yep. He's a Mariner.
Yankees traded for Jazz Chisholm, which looking to be pretty good right now. They're playing him at third base.
I just need the Yankees to be bad.
I will say though, I feel like there's a lot of players, and we all know Jazz Chisholm to be pretty good, but like you come in immediately and have the accessibility to the short porch, that I think will forever just inflate your offense. Doesn't matter who you are.
I mean, dude played in Miami, so he can do what he wants.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He played in a much tougher ballpark before. Like now, it's got to feel like playing at his old Little League stadium, going to the Yankees.
Let's see. Phillies and White Sox made a trade. Phillies got Tanner Banks. Phillies also traded for closer Carlos Estevez and outfielder Austin Hayes. So far, it's been not great. I mean, those guys have not been playing bad, but the team sucks since the trades. An underrated trade for me with the Mets acquiring Paul Blackburn. I don't know if Kendall wants to talk about that.
I was basically pretty satisfied with the Mets, trade deadline. The big, rumor I think floating around was like, what do you do with Pete Alonso? I'm glad they didn't move him. Just from a fan standpoint, I thought it was important to hold on to him.
Once you guys got back in the mix, they weren't going to trade him.
Well, I sort of feel that way also, but I mean, I think the Mets have had a history of kind of unpredictability and doing kind of dumb things. So I don't know. I wouldn't have been surprised if they did something, especially. But in general too, just keep this in mind. Like, he's not having like a great year. You know.
No, but he's having a Pete Alonso year.
Well, he will have a Pete Alonso type year if he finishes with 35 home runs but I'm just saying, like, and I take the the COVID year. It is what it is, but like, as far as stats go, it's important for the conversation. So there's still 2 months of baseball to go. There's a lot of things can happen. I'm not out on it. I'm super glad he's here. I'm just saying that with everything that's going on with him individually as a player, I wouldn't have been surprised if they flipped him just going off of his stats alone. Is what I mean.
Next one, the Orioles massively overpaid for Trevor Rogers. So my biggest thing was that, like, the Orioles have all these prospects and they can't all be up at the same time. So the Orioles should have went out and traded for a starter. They did that, but they didn't get a good starter. They traded like their fifth and seventh prospect for a 4.53 ERA.
Well, I think I'm not disagreeing with you, Kyle. I'm just saying I think the contract demands from Garrett Crochet kind of put a wrench in teams like the Orioles. I think the Orioles would have been more apt to giving up their second and third best prospects for Garrett Crochet until they realized they were going to have to pay him, because the Orioles can't afford to take someone on that they're going to have to pay, because they already have to pay everybody.
No, I get it, but one of those guys would have been enough, not two of them.
No, I think the White Sox. I think the White Sox were asking for a lot for Crochet. I do. I think the reason they didn't trade Crochet is because I think with the contract demands, I think people were trying to undersell, and the White Sox were like, "Nope, we're good. We'll wait till next year." Because if he, it's one of those things where it's like we're not gonna undersell. We know what we have, kind of thing.
And then, the Mariners also acquired Justin Turner. The Guardians, and one of the most underrated pickups was the Guardians trading for Lane Thomas.
I just wanted to mention, Kyle, immediately Justin Turner going to the Mariners offensively improved immediately.
Yeah, there's something about that Blue Jays team.
Did you see that fucking
manager?
Did you see that Bichette got DFA'd again?
Oh, did he really?
He got put on the IL.
No, he got DFA'd by the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Biggio.
Oh, Biggio. I'm sorry, Biggio got DFA'd again.
Yeah, he's batting like $190.
Oof.
They're saying he's going with the White Sox.
Oh, he'll bat 189.
Another good trade, in my opinion, was the Royals acquiring Michael Lorenzen. Royals are going for the playoffs. And Lorenzen has a solid year this year. Padres upgraded their bullpen, Tanner Scott and Jason Adam, to go along with Robert Suarez. So that's a scary 7-8-9. Mets also got Jesse Winker. Who cares?
I mean, Jesse Winker probably.
Not a bad player. Just fuck him.
Well, he was just kind of hanging out in Washington.
Thanks.
But what started all of it was AJ Puck being traded. That really started the whole fire sale of teams. So really, the trade deadline was, the biggest takeaways was Tampa Bay really just blowing everything up, and Orioles and Phillies making some moves to try to get better.
Well, it just feels like outside of Seattle, it just feels like teams in the mix. Seattle was the only team that really made a difference-making move.
The Pirates made a couple good moves. The Pirates actually made trades.
But the Pirates aren't in the mix.
They are.
Kyle, they aren't.
They are.
They are from the standpoint that they might make the playoffs. They aren't from the standpoint that they're not going to win anything.
Oh, that's what I meant. They're just in the playoffs. Right?
But Seattle actually could make moves to advance in the playoffs.
I agree.
That's what I mean, though. Like Tampa,
Okay.
The Pirates are just any team in the NL Central making a move to make the playoffs is not a big move because they're the worst fucking division in baseball. That's like a team from the fucking NFC South being like, yeah, we just paid one of our guys. They're like, okay, what's your point there?
I think that presumably too, like, I mean, it's going to happen where the Astros gets dethroned, and I think we'd like to think that Seattle's going to be the one to do it.
Seattle's that team that just has to get in. I mean, Houston.
That's what the MLB is, though. That's the MLB forever.
Because like Houston was 10 games down, and now they're only down to 1. Like, they're still a scary team. They're not even healthy. They're doing all of this without their best player.
Life comes at you fast.
Jose Abreu's coming back.
He never signed anywhere.
Because he sucks.
Everybody sucks.
Philly should sign him.
No.
Well, he can pitch.
All right. Philly should have made this trade in the beginning of the season. But no. They care about their prospects. Sorry.
That's it. Take a timeout.
But, yeah. You know, the Seattle GM had made over like 100 moves since he took over Seattle like 10 years ago. So it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Literally, he made over 100 trades since he's taken over in Seattle.
Oh, I believe it.
And like 85% of them have not worked out.
You know what has worked out, though, Kyle?
Mary Poppins movies.
I mean, yeah, those are sick. I'm not going to lie. Mary Poppins is awesome. The Julie Andrews one, specifically.
It's a classic.
Shut up.
Sorry.
And when are you going to learn that nobody wants you to agree with them?
Oh, I don't know. I'll just continue to do it, though.
I believe you. I just want Massey to admit he has a humongous penis.
Never gonna happen.
I know. You don't want everyone to know your business.
I just don't want to lie.
Remember, it's got to fit his narrative.
Massey's narrative is that he's got a huge dick.
No, that's your narrative.
Oh, that's pretty funny. All right. Are you done? Or are you not done, Kyle?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. All right. On to Riddler's ranking. We need a soundbite for this. Kendall, make a soundbite.
Did you do all 3 of them?
No, I didn't, Kyle. I just did 1, and you named way more than 3.
All right. Are you ready for Riddler's rankings?
Yeah, are you going to do a soundbite for it?
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep. That was stupid. I don't like you. All right, Kyle. So this week, I let Kyle pick. In future weeks, you guys can feel free to submit what you guys want me to rank. I'm going to do a Riddler's rankings every week. If I don't get any submissions, then I'll just ask someone to do it.
I sent all 5 of them.
5 of them, he kept going back and forth on what he actually wanted, and then at the end just said, okay, this is the one, take this. Hello, do you care to take?
So, I was kind of like listening to the back and forth. I was trying to think about it. Um, is it something? Is it something snack related? Oh, did I drop?
Paul? Paul?
Is it just me or?
No, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
I
Ah,
can hear you now. Kind of. Are you still talking?
No.
Okay.
I was-
no, I don't hear anybody.
Because nobody's talking.
Ah,
Idiot.
Unless Paul's talking, we just can't hear him again.
I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
I don't think so. Paul?
Am I banging on the sofa?
No, it's Paul again.
It wasn't me.
Even had her in
Wasn't
the
me.
shower.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I even caught her on camera.
It wasn't me.
Saw the marks on my shoulder.
Wasn't me.
And the words that I told her.
Hey, Kyle, we're gonna get demonetized.
Actually,
Shaggy.
you have to change the words to "it was me."
Yeah, I did
We
it.
sound too much like Shaggy.
Hello?
Hello.
What?
All right. It was like not letting me leave the Discord thing.
You
Like,
gotta stay here.
I closed it out and started it back up, and then it said, you can't join voice because you're already in it.
Pretty funny. Welcome back, though.
Thanks. All right. So the second tenure from Kyle was best lefties all time, not in the Hall of Fame. So that was cool. So then I started making that list. And then Kyle said that he wanted top 10 TV hosts, game shows or reality, whatever I wanted. I said, oh. Then he said, seems to East, which I said, what? And he said, I'm not happy about sticking with TV hosts. And I said, well, what do you want? And he goes, top 10 album covers. Don't give a fuck about the album, just the art. Okay, top 10 worst chips. Final answer. So we're doing the top 10 worst chips.
Top 10 worst chips.
That was a big range of things that happened.
It was a wild ride.
And Kyle, can I tell you something?
What?
That's number 3 on my Souls Moments.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so we're doing Riddler's rankings. Top 10 worst chips. Do you want me to go 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
10 to
10 to
1.
1.
10 to 1.
All right. Starting at number 10, I personally don't mind these, but there's just zero reason for them to exist. The Tostitos multigrain scoops.
Okay.
That's fair. I can agree with
Yeah.
that.
I personally love them. I just know most people don't. So I threw them in the list.
It's a good enough reason.
Yeah. All right. Question for the room.
Yo.
Do pretzels count as chips?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Still,
no.
number nine, all the combos.
It's a bummer. I like combos.
Yeah, Kendall, you also fucking like male genitalia. What's your point?
Oh my.
I like combos and male genitalia.
Yeah, but you admit it. Kendall won't admit it.
That's fair.
Kendall said, and I quote, I'm better than everybody.
Take one bite into a combo. Whoops, male genitalia.
Yeah, so no, I'm just kidding. All right, number 9 is the Pringles pizza.
Yeah, those suck.
Those are pretty terrible.
Man, I like those.
Number 8 is it's not really a flavor; it's just its own thing. But number 8 is the Funyun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funyun
You're not a
kind of
fan?
sucks.
I also like those.
The Funyun's pretty terrible. Coming in at number 7 is any Ruffles flavor that's not sour cream and cheddar.
I can get behind them.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 6 is the honey barbecue Lay's. Those are
Ew.
terrible. They're so bad.
Honey barbecue uts though.
Honey barbecue Uts slap because they're wavy. Wavy chips are always fucking sick.
That's a
They're
good
always
chip.
sick. Always sick. Always fucking sick. All right. Coming in at number 5 is the the jalapeno and cheddar Cheetos. Number
I never
5.
had.
They're pretty terrible. Coming in at number 4 is the Cool Ranch Dorito.
Wow, I'm surprised by that a little bit.
Cool Ranch Doritos are fucking disgusting. They're fucking terrible. Grow up, put some hair on your balls, and eat a real chip like a man. Stop being a fucking 4-year-old.
Excuse me. Those are cool American Doritos, sir.
No, they're cool. They're Cool Ranch in America, and they're fucking terrible. They're fucking trash.
I tell you what, that was still one of the funniest things I found.
They're so fucking trash. Cool Ranch Doritos are terrible. They're fucking trash. Nacho
like
cheese,
them.
nacho cheese is not far behind. It'd probably be 14th on this list if I made a full list. Coming in at number 3 is the Pringles Ranch.
Yeah, I can get behind them.
I think I can get Kyle's vote of confidence on the fact that basically all things ranch are pretty terrible outside of just ranch.
Yeah, even ranch sucks.
Not ranch is cool. You're alone in that one, Kyle.
Fine.
Number 2 is I decided to save it. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the Pringles Ranch at number 3 because I already did one ranch. I'm gonna try to keep it to one variation of flavor. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing funnier than just having a Burger King commercial, BK, have it your way, while I'm watching somebody get their face shoved into the side of the ring.
Also, didn't know there was a fiery strawberry Sprite.
Oh, that sounds
Terrible.
awful.
Terrible.
All right, coming in at number 3 is the chili cheese Fritos. Those are terrible.
Man, what a bummer. I love those.
Yeah, those are pretty damn good.
The chili cheese ones, no one likes those.
Oh, I do like this a lot.
Yeah, me too.
You're telling me that you would rather eat those than the honey barbecue Frito twists?
No, I'm
No.
not saying no. I'm just saying that.
No, that's what you said.
They're
Kendall.
so good.
Kendall, fuck you. You're a piece of fucking garbage.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate you. Massey,
Hey.
you're cool. Massey, you're so cool. I love you.
I love you too, but don't talk to my teammate that way.
I'm not talking to your teammate. I'm talking to a piece of shit.
He's right.
Number 2 is all flavors of Takis.
I'll
I can get
disagree
behind
with
that.
that.
I don't
What?
care for Takis.
Disagree.
I don't like. Takis are stupid. They're just dumb. Why are you rolling up a chip? That's dumb. That's just stupid. You're trying to be unique, like Funyuns, and they suck. No one cares. And then they came out and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna come out with our own brand called Wavy Chips. Have been around a lot longer than you, dumb bitch ass." And then number 1 is pretty.
All right, I can get behind that.
I mean, specifically Lay's pickle, but see queso Funyun. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Oh,
Okay.
but they're closer than pretzels.
Well, just because there's a dill pickle pork rind, and that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that sounds pretty terrible.
I one time saw a vagina that accidentally got suction cupped outside of the body, and it was better looking than a dill pickle fucking pork rind.
Man, I tell you what, I think I'm ready to go to bed.
That was a very aggressive statement.
Uh-huh. It certainly was something.
That was a good Riddler's ranking.
It was.
Don't fucking patronize me. Kyle, can you please tell Kendall to stop patronizing me?
Kendall,
Yes.
we talked about this.
Well, I agreed with most of this. I was surprised. I think the biggest surprise for me was the Cool Ranch. I mean, just because like I get it.
Paul hates Doritos.
It wasn't a surprise for me because I know that Paul hates them.
Doritos are fucking trash.
I just meant as far as like on the list there was a lot of stuff that was like unique because of their badness. I feel like the Cool Ranch was just kind of like, for you, it's just bad because you don't like it. Like, I feel like on the list there was a lot of like, hey, here's something that they don't need to make, but they do anyway, and it's on the list because it sucks. That's why I was surprised.
Like, I don't mind the Funyun. Other than that, the list was solid.
There's only one Doritos flavor that's good.
Taco?
No, that's terrible.
Shot in the dark.
Is that even like a thing anymore?
I don't know, actually.
Has anyone tried those barbecue Doritos?
Nah.
Yeah.
I did. They're trash. Although Dorito did make at one point this like lime Dorito thing, and I would say I liked it, but it's the same shape as Taki, and I said fuck Taki. So the only Dorito, the only Dorito I like is the purple bag.
Oh, the sweet spicy chili?
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good.
Kendall, do you like those?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot, I guess.
They're an Asian inclination, so no, he doesn't.
I mean, I guess I can't say I hate it because I haven't had it a whole lot, but I don't eat it.
Well, yeah, but like why? Like, what would be the reason why you would hate it? Do you hate egg foo young?
I think I've had that. Actually, I don't know.
You
if
have
I've had
definitely. You're just a fucking asshole. That's what you are. You're just an asshole.
I don't know about all that.
Kendall, I've seen you drink fucking 6-year-old basement wine from Connoisseur and tell me that it's good, but you won't eat General Tso's chicken.
Whoa, I've never said it was good.
You did. You did say it was good. You're a fucking food hipster.
I would say it does the job.
You've lost
Yeah.
a couple friends tonight.
And General Tso chicken does the job as well.
General Tso's chicken is the best.
So hey, Massey and former friend Kendall,
What's up?
if you guys have any Riddler's rankings you'd like me to do for next week, shoot me a text. Let me know.
Yeah, I'd like to be dropped from the former friend and indoctrinated back to regular.
Well, I want to know your top 10 drugstores.
Oh, all right, I can do that like right now. Do you want me to do that right now?
Not on the top of your list.
What'd you say?
So Walgreens is not on the top of your list.
Walgreens.
Do your top 10
Walgreens?
drugstores right now.
Top 10 drugstores. Let me think. I'm just rounding out the list.
How many you got off the top of your head?
Like 7.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kendall's going for a lengthy urine.
Well, because he's a piece of shit. Do just real quick, do grocery stores count?
I wouldn't, unless it's like give me an example of a grocery store.
Like just the pharmacy and like a Stop and Shop or something.
No, I wouldn't count that as a drugstore.
Okay. All right. So,
Am I knocking you down a little bit?
huh?
Am I knocking you down a little bit?
No. All right. I'll give kind of like can I give you a 5 for now?
Yeah, I'll take 5.
Okay. All right. So all right. I'm gonna give like the big 3, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. Do you want to do 3?
I was very hyped for this list, and I'm starting to worry.
No. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna go with. I'll do 5. All right. Fuck Rite Aid. They're terrible. Rite Aid's like 10, just anywhere. Whatever the list length is, I'll sit down and do the research. But Rite Aid's last all the time.
Okay.
CVS 5th, Walgreens 4th. Walgreens is my favorite chain drugstore. I'm gonna go LB Switzer in Westport, Connecticut as my 3rd.
Okay.
Mostly because they're the only pharmacy I've been to that serves alcohol.
It's
Nice.
awesome.
Kendall, shut up. You're a former friend. You're not allowed to talk. Number
No.
2, I don't know if Massey knows this one, if he's ever been to it, but I'm going to just put, because I've been to it, and it's fucking sick. Loop's Pharmacy in fucking Augustine, Florida is sweet. That place is sick. They serve soft serve ice cream, which
Pretty cool.
it's cool if you're a child like Kendall. Can't eat hard ice cream because your teeth are too sensitive.
That's not the reason.
Fucking douche. Oh, shut up, you stupid double astigmatisms hating on the special needs. And then number 1 is Murs Apothecary in Lincoln Square. That's the best.
I just gotta say, like, the past 18 minutes have been really negative against me.
Because you're just mean to me for no reason.
I disagree.
Yes,
There's reasons.
You're telling me that I'm wrong. That's you being mean to me.
No, I didn't say you were
What
wrong.
an asshole. You just said you disagree, saying that you think I'm wrong. Kyle, is Kendall a douche?
He knows it.
I don't know. Just because my fiance thinks you're cute doesn't mean that you can be an asshole.
I am the
I wasn't
CVO.
talking to you. I was talking to Massey. Samantha doesn't think you're cute. You're below Samantha.
I'm sorry, you said you were talking to me. What'd you say?
I'm saying that Samantha thinks you're cute. She thinks that you're top tier man. I may or may not have showed her pictures of your penis.
Oh, God. Well, Samantha's never talking to me again.
That's not true. Because I can tell you, Samantha will talk to you because she's like open around you. Which that took 4 years of dating for her to be open around me. So
Yeah,
that's
but
all.
now she's seen my penis, so everybody has to die.
Why does everybody have to die? Rebecca's seen your penis.
That's also not true, I hope.
It is true, and so is Bianca because Kyle borrowed your penis one time.
I really
Remember
hope
that
none of
time
this
when
is
you were
true.
looking for it?
Samantha just shouted from the other room, "How about those Huskies?"
How about those Huskies?
I should talk
Yeah.
about all 4 of us.
No, the Washington Huskies.
Uh,
Former
So nice.
home of heart over height point guard Nate Robinson and former all-time leading scorer in NCAA women's history, Kelsey Plum.
and backup quarterback for the Falcons for the next 5 years.
Yep, sure, whatever you say. I have penis. All right. So
Hey, who do you guys think gets playing time first this season? Drake May or Michael Penix?
Drake, man.
Drake, he's going to start week 1.
No, he's not.
No shot.
Hey, it's just funny for me to say.
It's not
is.
funny. It's not funny.
But-
It's not funny at all.
No
No,
way.
I think it's Drake May. Drake May is the answer. I don't think either of them start this year at all. But I would say
I didn't say start. I said seize action.
Well, like first this season.
Right, but can be
Yeah,
anything.
I
That can
don't-
mean they're in for one play.
I Drake May. I still say
Okay.
Drake May. Oh, Alexa Bliss just posted on her story a picture of her in her wedding dress.
Kendall's like, I didn't authorize that post. That didn't happen.
I'll confirm.
You know why Kendall's upset? Because he isn't even remotely close to being as good looking as Ryan Cabrera, but I am as good looking as fucking
No, you're not.
Mysterio. I am as good looking as Dominic Mysterio.
No, you're not. You're better.
I am. Oh. See, Kendall, that's what I'm looking for.
You know, I think I'm pretty nice all the time, and I'm just beaten down constantly.
You ever notice that every time Kendall has something to say, it's always about like blaming somebody else? People that just lift me up, even when they're at their low.
beanbag of this friend group for years.
Hey Kyle, I try to also put my beanbag on your beanbag.
If you know what I mean.
Like, I've been the punching bag for our whole friendship.
In fairness, you have only been the punching bag for Mock. We tease
And
you a
Jeff,
little bit, but
and Pat.
well. Yeah, I can't really disagree with those, but those guys aren't on the show, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have to go or not. Kendall, do you have a draft? Do you want to do a draft, or should we just go?
We can do a quick draft.
Well, it's always in your time, so.
Well, no. I mean,
Oh, man. This made me laugh so hard. Master, this made me laugh so hard. Someone has a house key with Mike Wazowski's face on it from Monsters Inc.
And it's just going, the key ring is going through his face.
No.
Oh.
That's very funny too, though. But it just said like, "Oh, this is my house key," otherwise known as Mike Wazowski.
That's also very funny.
That is very funny. But what you said is funnier.
Thanks. Kendall, what are you drafting?
Tonight we are drafting just team things. It could be anything. There's really no like.
Oh my God.
So anything that's applicable, like
Massey. Hold on, I gotta interrupt. Massey,
Yeah.
where are you in your house right now?
Computer room.
Okay, you're gonna have to close the door and then see what I sent you.
All right.
Wait,
Kendall,
what the
keep
fuck
going.
are we doing? What are we drafting?
so anything. So major four, could be your
Oh, no.
team. It could be just something you like from any team, just like something specific. Like for example, how in I don't know if it's the originator, but like in was it the Predators throwing the fish on the ice? Were they the originators of that?
Yep.
So that could be something if you wanted to draft, just anything that kind of fits the mold of like, oh hey, this team is kind of unique for this thing, or
All right, I got you. Can I go first?
I'll tell
No.
you what. I'll instead of using the generator, Paul will make the order.
All right. Kyle, do you think you should go first?
I do.
Yeah, but like, do you think you should go first? Do
I'm
you think-
afraid. I'm afraid to let Kendall have this.
Will I be dangerous with it? I don't understand.
All right, Kyle, you can go first. Massey gets to go second.
Is he?
I know. Massey gets to go second. Kendall can go. I'll go. Kendall, would you like to go third or fourth?
I'll go third.
Kendall can go third, and I will go fourth.
All right. Milwaukee Brewers sausage race.
Good one.
Milwaukee
Let me tell you
Brewers.
something.
What?
Let me tell you something, Kyle. That wasn't on Kendall's radar, and he's really upset about it.
Milwaukee Brewers. What?
Sausage race.
I don't know what that is.
Oh man,
It's a bunch of sausages racing.
That's very funny. I got one that's gonna upset Kyle.
Go ahead. I already took the 1-1.
Beat the freeze.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Yes, you do.
Fuck that team.
That's why I said it's gonna upset Kyle.
But I do like that guy because he resembles the Incredibles.
Frozone.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta stop, bud.
I just
You gotta
Yep.
get off early.
I'm gonna take this one here. I'm just gonna take the presidential race from the Nationals.
That was stupid.
It is second to the sausages, but it's the same.
All right, give me the. All right, give me the Nashville Predators throwing the fish on the ice. Wait, does it have to be specific to one team?
Nope, not at all.
No.
Oh, then okay. So give me the Nashville Predators throwing the fish on the ice, and then give me the NHL doing the everybody in the arena throwing their hats on the ice when someone scores 3 goals.
Nice.
Didn't even know that was a thing. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and any NHL game. I mean, like when someone like it's actually like a proven stat. When somebody scores their second goal before the third period starts, the intermission from second to third period, hat sales go up 397%. People go out and spend $35 on a hat just to throw it on the ice.
Wow.
And they
dumb.
resell those hats.
No. The NHL has a contract. All hats go to charity. The hats either get auctioned off for charity or they go to homeless shelters.
That's cool.
It'd be funny if they resold them.
It would be funny, Kyle, but you know what? You're
Like
a fucking.
the one put the stickers on them.
Okay.
There's this old guy that does this thing where he just eats weird food and then does this cringe dance. I've been sending all of them to Samantha. I don't know if she likes it.
Okay. All right. So I don't know who originated this, but was for sure popularized. I'm gonna go with the terrible towel in Pittsburgh.
That's not a team thing.
Sure, it is.
Nope. Baltimore has a terrible towel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who the original, creator is, but I know that, like waving a towel in the crowd is for sure like Pittsburgh comes to mind when that happens.
Nope, it's not.
Fucking Tigers.
Kevin Bacon wasn't in Footloose.
Technically, he wasn't in the second one.
Massey,
What?
this is my thing. You stop it. You don't want to go down this road, Massey.
Oh yeah, I do.
All right, so who's up? Massey's up.
All right, so I have to do two.
No,
I'm gonna do Bills fans going through the tables.
All right. I go twice, Mass. You have to wait.
Um,
My number 2 pick will be Steelers coming out to Renegade.
that's dumb.
Whatever. It's a big thing.
Yeah, for dumb people.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
I mean, yeah.
Brace it, Kyle. I love you.
And then 3 is the Philly Fanatics shooting hot dogs at people in their hot dog shooting machine.
Paul, I'm not having a good time, bud.
Yeah, we should stop.
Oh no. Oh no. Man, what's one more I can go for right now? I really want to go with Bills fans tossing dildos onto the field because that's very funny to me.
Oh man, Kimball, I just saw that Louis the 13th Capri Sun you sent me. That's awesome.
The what?
It's just a stupid edit. It's just so funny.
I thought it was real for a second. I'm going to go with the dildos on the field because that's still funny to me. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go Bills back to back.
That's fair. Is it me now, or is it Kendall?
Oh, I think it's me.
It's Kendall.
Okay. So I guess it applies to any team but Green Bay, but I think Chicago is for sure the originator. The cheese grater hat.
No, that's dumb.
Oh, that's an awesome hat.
Nobody wears it. That's like there's like 6 in a game.
Oh, there's probably like 20.
There's not.
I'm saying the cheese grater is greater than the cheese. It just is. Because, like, think about it. There's not like an anti-terrible towel, but there's like a thing against the cheese wedge. I think Paul has the back-to-back.
I do. I'm thinking. Hold on.
You can take the triple shot I used to do at TCB. That was a
No.
good one.
I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of.
It's hard, right?
No,
I think I have.
I'm trying to think if like they're the only ones that have done it. I don't really know that, but I'm going to use the Blackhawks organization top to bottom, using the Scottish song "Chelsea Dagger" as their goal song instead of a horn. Yeah,
All right.
that's Mox. Samantha came in with headphones and was just kind of like, "Hey, what's up?" She says hi to everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Sam.
They all say hi. And she just so I'm going to use the Chelsea Dagger thing. I think it's pretty cool and unique. That's like a kind of like an individualistic thing. And then, I mean, look, they're fucking terrible. They're trash. They're so bad. But I'm going to use the Chicago White Sox lollipops. I think they're awesome. I think it's an iconic base. I think it's an iconic baseball thing. Even though baseball is a very localized sport, I think that when you really break down like the most iconic things across MLB stadiums, I think the Chicago lollipops are top notch.
I don't know anything about that.
I was say I think I'm an ignoramus. I don't know it.
Look up the Chicago White Sox scoreboard.
Oh. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, back to me.
Yes.
All right.
Matt, did you look it up?
Checking something real quick.
All right. So, I don't know who the originator of this is. But
You
I think it's baseball for sure. The beer cup snake.
Fuck you.
That just kind of starts in, I guess, like the outfield or wherever.
It's a Cubs thing, and you know it.
Is it the Cubs?
Yes, and you know it.
No, I didn't. I didn't know.
Kyle, he knew it, right?
I knew it.
I
Kyle
mean,
doesn't even drink beer, and he knew it, so you knew it.
is it exclusive to the Cubs?
Kendall,
No,
can
but
you
that's what it's known for.
stop playing dumb?
I really didn't know.
No. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say next? You didn't know Massey was the one that liked anime the most in our group?
I'm just learning this too.
That's bullshit. I like anime the most.
That's what I'm saying.
All I know is I'm really excited for that hangout we're doing without Kendall next weekend.
It's been a tough 35 minutes for me.
Oh, it's gonna be a tough next weekend for you too. It's gonna show you to leave us early to go hang out with your fucking brother-in-law.
Anyhow,
It's anywho.
Any what?
Anywhere.
Exactly.
Who's up?
You.
Chicago Bulls coming out to Sirius.
Nice.
The Sixers second half missing 2 free throws gives you a free Frosty. They go nuts for that.
They really do. It happened while we were there, and we didn't get the Frosties.
Oh, they gave us the receipt or like a coupon.
Yeah, I didn't use it.
No, we left that night.
You're gay.
I think Dwight Howard missed both free throws.
On purpose.
Think so?
Yep, and then the next night he really had a game.
How big of a game?
Like I think didn't he have like a 30?
2020.
Didn't he have? Oh yeah, a 2020 game.
Yeah. Or like 30-20, something like that.
Yeah. Kyle, did you do back to back? Did you do your back to back or just one?
I just did the one.
All right, well, do your other one, bitch.
All right. Let's see. What's some good ones out there?
I just had one too. God damn it. I'll go with the Milwaukee Brewers mascot sliding on the slide after a home run.
Nice.
Doubling down on Brewers.
I'm trying to think what I have left.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It doesn't have to be specific to a specific team.
I know. I'm just trying to think. Trying to think of just like iconic things that happened. I don't know.
How about
Maybe a really funny one.
what do you got?
They're just being trash on every pro sports team's field in Philly. No matter what game you go to, there's just trash on the field.
Hey, sounds good to me.
Does it, Kenny?
Yeah.
I got a feeling your whole family's going to them.
Oh, souls rules.
Anything bad happen in the world today?
Bunch of kids died in Australia yesterday.
That was yesterday.
I don't think anything bad's happened today.
Fuck.
Why?
Which means
You're blaming on
Castellanos
Kendall?
is going to suck.
Because what?
Castellanos is just going to suck today.
Why?
But nothing bad happened.
No, that's not true. That hurricane that's going to hit us on Thursday made landfall in Florida.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Oh, dude's going yard today.
Oh,
The roof
and
caved in, so maybe
not that we pick sides on this podcast or anything, but Kamala Harris is still alive, so that's pretty rough.
Jesus.
I need like an alien invasion to happen during the playoffs.
Well, I mean, Kendall still pretends he's one of our friends. That's pretty rough.
I guess I'm gonna go quick.
Yeah, I mean that would be bad. That would be bad for the show.
Iran just declared war on Israel. There's that.
So I have the last pick, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I think. What am I going to take here? What am I going to take? I need something good. Something good.
Well, before he picks, I'm gonna pick my pick.
Oh, I already went.
No, Massey took trash on the field. And then I'll just be a real cool guy here. I'll take the Astros having the train for their home run thing.
Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
I know you guys like made fun of the hill in Houston.
Yeah.
I always found it amusing when people fell on it.
I don't know what that is.
So, a few years ago, Houston and in their center field had like a little hill.
For basically no reason.
So like a lot of people would be tracking a fly ball and not realize the hill is there, and they would trip and fall.
That's pretty funny.
It's hilarious.
I am going to really surprise some people here.
Taking the tomahawk.
I'm going to go with the Lambo Leap.
Wow.
I think it's a pretty cool thing.
It's iconic.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
It's a way to interact with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good 5.
Thanks, man.
Was mine a good 5?
Cow. you had a good straight 5. You're awesome. You're a 10 out of 10, man.
See that, Kendall?
There's
Being
only.
nice.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Kyle. There's only one thing in our entire friend group that might trump you as a person.
That Donald Duck.
No, it's Massey's girth.
Fucking knew it was coming.
Dude's got a wang, man.
It's not
Jimmy
true.
Wang Gang.
If Massey's dick was a wedding dress, it'd be a Vera Wang.
Oh,
Matthew's dick was a wrestler. It'd be Jimmy Wang Gang.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Let
like
me
we're
tell you,
going
Master,
through.
That guy sucked.
Paul, I feel. Oh, thanks, Scott. I feel like we're going through that bit with the two fucking models from season 3.
If Massey's dick was a restaurant in Rocky Hill, it'd be Wang Palace.
If I was a children's book, I'd be the Fat in the Hat.
Ah.
All right. Good list, everybody.
If Massey's penis was a Chinese Dr. Seuss film, it'd be Chimmy Wang Yang.
All right. We can move on from this now.
Or Matthew wears a Wang.
yes.
Oh,
Horton wears the Wang.
stupid. All right. Beer review. Massey, how was your agua? Agua de Sam's Club.
Pretty refreshing.
This is cool.
Souls, how was your lemon iced tea de Stu Leonard's?
Good. I'm on my second court.
Oh my God, is that real?
Yes.
You finished a whole quart on the show,
Yes.
and Kendall peed before you?
Yeah.
What did you finish a whole quart of?
Iced tea.
That's amazing.
Hey,
Where'd you
Kyle,
go, bud?
just so you know, excessive iced tea consumption is how you get kidney stones.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. So, Freddie Freeman's son was in the hospital for like 2 weeks.
And then Frida killed a squirrel.
She did. So his first game back is tonight, and everybody gave him a standing ovation. Thought that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Now I hope he pops up to third base though.
I tell you, my favorite thing about Bryce Harper becoming a Philly is that it paved the way for Freddie Freeman to be Kyle's favorite, most hated player.
He is. I can't hate the guy. He's too good.
Because it was Bryce Harper, but now that he's a Philly, man, does that guy love to hate Freddie Freeman.
I do, but I respect him.
And it's going to be a real bummer when Freddie Freeman becomes a Philly and then it's Lamar Jackson.
Why is it going to be a bummer? Kyle's going to be over the moon about that.
I tell you what, I think Lamar Jackson's really good. I really do.
You said you think he's really good?
I do think he's really good. You know who sucks, though? The Reds. They suck.
Yeah,
Best jerseys in baseball, though.
that's true.
According to Jeff Martin. Exclusively Jeff Martin.
Like, the black ones were pretty sick from back in the day. But that's it.
All right. Kendall Killen.
I had the birthday IPA from Norbrook Farms Brewery, at 8%. This double IPA listed here had notes of tropical and citrus notes, which I definitely picked up on. It was a little malty, which I enjoyed. I didn't drink too heavy, despite being a higher ABV. Would definitely like to try this on draft to see how it compares. I'll give this a 4.4 out of 5. Would absolutely get again.
I had the big juicy beer hug from Goose Island. I had 2 of them. It was a darker, almost kind of ambery color. I'm not sure if that has to do with the post its expiration date. Post expiration date, though, because I had this on the show before. way more tropically, like that. Those flavors are coming through a little more, which I think has to do with it kind of. Like the Imperial IPAs, when they get past their prime, they kind of almost turn into like a sour in terms of flavor profile. So a tropical forward Imperial IPA, I would expect the pineapple and the mango flavors to really come through, which they really did here. I mean, it's still not bad though. I mean, in terms of like I'd be pissed if I paid $4 for this can and it tasted like this, but I got it for free. So, I mean, that's a 4 out of 10 right there.
Oh,
Shut up.
Oh.
Kendall, where can they find us?
they can find us at Facebook, Getting Sports with Drunk, Twitter and Instagram,
Use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses. Whether it's catching up on all of the hot MLB trade deadline news or fucking hating dill pickle chips.
That's right.
There's only one dill pickle on the planet that's good.
What's that?
What's that?
It's actually dill pickle
Ah,
from the Rugrats.
nice.
It's very funny.
Yeah, I knew Massey would appreciate it.
Big fan.
Like, follow, subscribe. We're on.
Kendall's gonna use that joke tomorrow at work and say he thought of it.
I won't, and I won't. You can find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play. Give us a search. Word Podcast.
Yep, and we're done here. We gotta go.
Yes, sir.
Make sure to tune in next week for another Riddler's Rankings, as well as Kyle giving us his 7 least favorite at-bats of his baseball career.
Ooh.
Featuring names.
Ooh.
7 hates,
Okay.
right? Kyle, you ready for that?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oakland's up 1-0. Quest continues. Make sure to tune in. Thank you for subscribing, following, whatever it is that you do. We appreciate it. Massey's got a great dick. And until next time, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
On the Mass Chris Massey.
On the Master Chris Massey.
And the Red of Red Baron.
He means the
No.
Master Chris Massey.
Meow.